Hi everyone, I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. This coronavirus pandemic seems to be getting worse, doesn't it? But I have faith in God that He's going to be at work through the doctors and in the world today. So let's just continue to be in prayer throughout this week for healthcare workers, truck drivers, the grocery store clerks, first responders, along with all the others who are doing so much to keep our society moving in these difficult times. Now, speaking of difficult times, we take the last of our detours with a Monday spin through the second half of 2 Corinthians. Talk about a church with problems. But this is really a book about being resilient through turbulent times. And when we return to Acts, we find that Paul himself is in the most turbulent of times. He again has strategized about how to make the most of his witness for Christ, and he determines the best way to do this is to get himself to Rome. So he goes the opposite way. Sounds odd, right? But Paul knows what he's doing. He goes to Jerusalem to deliver the offerings from other Christians to support the church in the holy city. Of course, he gets arrested, and he has his very own law and order moment in front of not one but two Roman governors and eventually King Agrippa. A quick aside, the kings in the New Testament are pretty much all related. Herod the Great built the temple and many of the other grand structures. He's the king of Judea, a puppet ruler in a way, put there by Rome to keep the peace. He led at the time of Jesus' birth. Herod Antipas is his son, and he's the person in charge when Jesus is crucified. Herod Agrippa comes next. He's the grandson of Herod the Great. He's the one in charge when Paul begins his ministry. And finally, we get to Herod Agrippa II. He's the great-grandson of Herod the Great, and he's in charge when Paul's on trial in Acts 25. Okay, enough history, and back to this week's reading. We'll conclude with Paul making a dramatic demand that he, as a Roman citizen, has in his back pocket. You see, he appeals to Caesar. As we conclude this week, Paul is ready to take his argument all the way to the top. I hope you enjoy the reading this week. We'll see you soon.